Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Marion Barry, and this is my review of Barbara Wong's Girls. I know, I swore on my mother's parole that I would never watch another Barbara Wong movie again. Thanks to a rather unfortunate incident that took place in the Florida correctional system involving a grilled cheese sandwich, a bad temper, and 73 stitches, Grandma Spleen is now ineligible for parole until 2018. Thanks a lot, Mom. But never mind that tawdry business. Girls is the latest film from Barbara Wong, a local director who's made a couple of really good movies and a whole bunch of really bad ones. Girls tells the story of three women in Taipei staring down the barrel at 30. Ziwen is apparently the child of rich parents. Because not only does she not work, she doesn't even talk about working. Xiumei is a production assistant to a movie director, played by Barbara Wong. Yeah, surprise, surprise, she's in her own movie again, still. Kimmy, played by Fiona, has a high-paying job she never seems to have to spend much time at, except when it's convenient for the story. These three besties all live together in a palatial home that is as realistic as the rest of this movie. Three friends find out that all they really need is each other, and men aren't important, except as drivers of every major plot point of the film. But hey, women are 100 times more interesting than men. That's what Barbara Wong actually said in an interview. The link is in the description. She also said that movies about women have to be realistic, so I guess her movies are all about men. You know, those uninteresting creatures that these three women spend all their time weeping, obsessing, and talking about. If this is the emotional maturity level of 28 or 29-year-old women, that's friggin' sad. Boyfriend dumped you? Well, I guess that makes it okay for you to commit credit card fraud and run up a gigantic bill on him. He owes you and your two friends who go shopping with you. And you get to spend days slumped catatonically in a wheelchair because you've had your feelings hurt. Stop the world! Why don't you call this movie Dingbats? If this movie was called Boys and some guy had his girlfriend dump him and he started moping around, you know what the rest of the cast would do? They'd laugh at him, set him on fire, and then piss on him to put it out. Then they'd go drinking and get on with the rest of their lives. But not the men and girls. Oh no, they're much better than that. The deep, sensitive artist spends his time at a party listening to Hawaiian volcanoes and the cries of newborn babies. He's so deep he lives by a credo that's half Latin and half made up. Carpe diem con respicio. Seize the day with respect. If that wasn't written by a woman, I don't know what is. I've seen deeper and more nuanced thoughts on t-shirts. I have a slogan that I like to live by too. Déjame ver tu ropa interior. The other guy makes a doormat of himself beyond any reasonable limit. He's so sweet. The last guy is apparently an asshole because he admits he dumped his girlfriend because she was being shallow, materialistic, and selfish. What an awful man. If a man wrote a movie about women like this, he'd be run out of town on a feminist rail. But that's just my penile, uninteresting by virtue of being male opinion. Doesn't matter. Say what you want about Barbara Wong, at least she's consistent. Her whorish product placement continues in Girls, with more visions of milk than I've seen since Mr. and Mrs. Single. She pimps her movie so ruthlessly that I think her Chinese name should be changed to Wong Ma Fu. It would be easy for me to beat this movie and its director like a rented stepchild, but it still wouldn't make any kind of difference. Like her previous film, The Stolen Years, Girls is making money hand over fist in China, and it resonates with its intended audience. I always figure that there's two ways you can look at a movie. One, does it work for its audience? And two, is it well made by any objective standards? Ang Lee makes really good movies, except for The Hulk. I don't care for them, and I rarely watch them, but when I do, I can easily concede that they are very well-made films, whether I like them or not. On the other hand, I love Wong Jing movies and I find them extremely entertaining and I will watch every single one of them he makes. But I will be the first to admit that they're not really paragons of cinematic achievement. So when you look at it that way, you kind of have to say to yourself, her name's not Barbara Lee, is it? If you want to watch this movie, Go watch it in a cinema. Take a girl, because at least then you'll feel like I'm not enjoying this whatsoever, but somebody is. It actually does help. Otherwise, you should wait until it comes out on home video and buy a disc. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a link in there later, but if you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, please leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe so you can see all the new videos as soon as they're released. Thank you for watching.